Good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer Matthews. We are here every Thursday night, and I'm going to keep an eye to see if Facebook comes up, because for some reason, I don't have a signal for Facebook. I've been having gremlins on Facebook every Thursday night, so my Facebook feed is not up right now, but we will see if it comes back. So I'm glad for everyone. I was able to get a note out early tonight telling everybody, click on Zoom, but it is just one of those presentations where you want to be on Zoom anyway, because this one is very visual. So I'm glad that I was able to see Facebook being crazy, not Facebook, but the signal being crazy. I keep tapping on it because it says tap here. So hopefully everybody will see that when they come to Facebook, and we'll pop over to Zoom. So I am Jennifer Matthews. So glad to have you here tonight for Developing Your Debt-Free Dream Lifestyle. And I coach Henry's, like a man's name. HENRY stands for High Earner, Not Rich Yet. And I coach Henry's how to be debt-free, using my signature money system. So we're going to jump in here tonight and get started. And I'm going to share my screen. See, most of folks are always on Facebook, so they see this when they get over to, they go over to YouTube for the replay. But now they get to see what it looks like live. So this is what you guys miss when you are on. I'm actually going to minimize this because I know that some of these slides I'm actually going to put on the other side too, because I know I got some stuff that's going to show up on the right-hand side. So, Developing Your Debt-Free Dream Lifestyle. I am your host. As always, we get the legal stuff out the way. Individual financial results may vary. Jennifer S. Matthews, Creating Financial Literacy, LLC, and any of its entities do not render financial, legal, tax, or real estate advice. This content is for informational purposes only. So, I need to do this recap. I'm going to do this recap until January 22nd, 2020, because this is critically important. I put an article out on LinkedIn today because this is so important about this free credit monitoring that was part of the Equifax settlement. You can get, if you are affected by the Equifax data breach, 147 million people, 45% of the US population. There's a global settlement because people around the world were affected, but 45% of the US population was affected. You can get 4 years of credit monitoring for free from each of the 3 credit bureaus. Children were affected. Children, anyone who was here on earth in 2016, if someone has passed away since 2016, you need to check and see if they were affected. Even though they are no longer here, they can still be victims of identity theft, which could affect their widow, their heirs, and their estate. The filing deadline is Wednesday, January 22nd. Here is the link to check to see if someone is part of the 147 million. I raised my hand. Yes, I was one. I am one. I have filed. It takes 2 seconds if you can type. If you can't type, it takes 5 seconds. You put in your name, your address, and your date of birth. That's it. At this third bullet, at that website right there. That's where you go and you put in your name, your address, and your date of birth. Get your baseline credit report. Make sure you have not already been a victim. If you have been a victim of identity theft, there are additional steps you can take to file and you can get up to 25% of the cost incurred to restore your good name. Consider placing freezers on each of your credit reports as an extra added measure of protection. And remember, protect infants, children, and seniors, and those who are recently deceased. I'm going to go through this from now until January 22nd because this is so critically important. Please tell everybody. 45% of the US population was affected. So almost half the people you mentioned this to are affected. So tell everybody because almost half of them are affected. Okay, I did a video on it. Okay, everybody's supposed to be muted, so somebody unmuted themselves. So let me go fix it. Somebody unmuted themselves. Mute all. Okay.
Changes made at halftime for Boone entering the game.
All right, there we go. All right. I did a YouTube video on this. This is how you go and access the YouTube video. Go to YouTube, type in Matthews on Money, all one word. Hit the subscribe button, then watch the video. Find the video titled How to Get 4 Years Free Credit Monitoring. Watch the video, share the videos. You see there in this screenshot, you see the how to get a tuition-free college degree. That's one of the popular ones. There's all kinds of videos down there, okay? Go to YouTube, type in Matthews on Money, hit subscribe, watch the video, share the video. This is such critically important information. I'm going to be repeating this from now until January 22nd. Again, if you're on LinkedIn, I put an article up on LinkedIn today. I'm going to put an article on LinkedIn every week until January 22nd because I'm trying to get as many of the 147 million people as possible to go and protect themselves. Now, let's jump into today's subject because if you saw my Facebook post, I don't know, I just had named that tune in my mind. I'm like, I can name this tune in 4 slides. Yes, I can name this tune. I counted them. There's 4 slides. There's more than 4, but only 4 to get you to 2000, actually more than 2020. 4 slides to get you saving more than $2,020 in 2020. Okay, there's more than 4 slides, but it only takes 4 to get you to that point. Okay, so that's tonight's subject. Why isn't my slides advancing? All right, slides, come on, move. There we go. All right, so here's tonight's topic. Want to say 2020. You can do that and more. You know me. I take y'all to school. Please take notes. Okay, we are planning your debt-free dream lifestyle. If you don't want to be debt-free, don't take notes. But y'all love me. You love yourselves because you show up here every Thursday night. Okay, so you are planning your debt-free dream lifestyle, not mine, yours. Okay, that's why you're taking notes. Write on your paper, planning my debt-free dream lifestyle, because that's what you're writing on your paper, because mine means yours. All right. We're on a mission, y'all, to become debt-free. Last week, if you were here, we looked back at 2019 and we set up 3 micro goals for 2020. I talked about and introduced you to a package I have open now. You better get in. I told you it was only 15 spots. There's less than 15 left. Planning your spending. The more you plan how you spend your money, the more money you have. You're going to see that in tonight's presentation. So group coaching program that starts January 25th. And there's more to come. You see that at the end. So now, tonight's topic, let's start saving. The hashtag, I can be debt free, hashtag Matthews on Money. So let's get growing, not going, let's get growing. Simple preparation. Here's your first homework assignment. Do it tonight. Open an online savings account. Does not cost you any money. So don't say it's Thursday I get paid tomorrow. Don't say it's Thursday, I got paid last Friday, I don't have any money left, because it doesn't cost you any money to open an online savings account. So tonight, open an online savings account before you go to bed. How do you do it? Search online, use Google or whatever you use for high interest savings accounts. And you will come up with articles. Huffington Post has one, Bankrate has one, I don't know, Motley Fool has one. Different websites from time to time put out lists of who has the highest interest savings accounts, and they're usually tied to online banks. Pick one that does not have any fees. No fee, and if there's a minimum balance, make sure it's a minimum balance that you know you can keep. There are tons of them with no fee and no minimum balance. You pick the one that's right for you. You're going to link the online savings account that you choose to your existing checking account or wherever your direct deposit paycheck is. It does not cost money to open up these accounts. Follow the on-screen instructions. If you have questions or you get stuck, they have plenty of help. Do it tonight. Here's the key. No debit card. No debit card. No debit card. And an online account. Not something you can walk into a branch and get your money. Not some place you can walk into a branch and get your money. Once the account is open, because it usually takes a minute, they usually don't open instantly. Then you want to follow the instructions and you want to set up an automatic transfer for each payday. And we're going to talk about how much you transfer in a minute. So you're going to set up an automatic transfer each payday. And that's how you're going to save your money. Notice the image on the screen. Keep calm and automate. When you make the transfers automatic, that's when you save. Because it's human nature. And if we have to manually do it ourselves, it's not going to get done. But if you set it up this way, and it automatically happens on payday without us, human nature, or any other type of interference getting in the way, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And because there's no debit card and you can't get to it easily, it's going to stay there. How about that? No debit card for a reason. No drive-through, drive-in, walk up for a reason. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I got 3 slides on this. If you want to save $1,000 this year, on this slide, as you can see in the image, for your emergency fund, see if Facebook came back. Nope. For your emergency fund, if you want to save $1,000 over the course of the year, this image breaks it down how much you need to save each month to come up with $1,000. And then on the left-hand side, I've broken it down on how to do it manually, because these amounts change every month, and how to do it automatically. I prefer automatically because, like I said, manually, we're not going to stick with it. So the manual method matches the image. The automatic method is what I prefer. So the manual method, you divide the dollar amount listed each month by your number of paychecks in that month. So in January, if you still have 2 paychecks left, $60 divided by 2, you would manually, on payday, transfer $30 each payday into that online savings account. In February, excuse me, $75, half of that each payday would go manually. You would transfer half of $75 each payday into your online savings account. And each month on payday, you would take half of this amount and transfer it. I don't like that method, because folks not going to do that every month. I like the automatic. So what I did was I took the total of $1,000. I divided by 22, just saying it was, I said 11 months, 2 times a month pay. And it came out to $45. So you would set up your automatic transfer for $45 every paycheck. So you set it up once and done. Once and done, that's it. So you open your online account tonight. Once the bank notifies you that it's linked to your account, your checking account, or wherever your paycheck goes, then you go back into your online account and you set up an automatic transfer. It's very simple. It's got a drop-down calendar. You pick your payday and you say, on payday, $45 comes from my checking account into this savings account, and it's every other week. And you close the account, and that's it. Every payday in your checkbook register, you do minus $45, because it's going to come out automatically on payday. And that's it. And at the end of the year, you'll have actually a little more than a little more than $1,000, because you have more than 22 pays in a year. You have more than 22 paychecks left in the year. So you have a little more than $1,000 if you put $45 every pay in. There you have it. Just that simple to save $1,000 this year. And Christmas is coming. If there's no emergencies, you'll have $1,000 at the end of the year and a debt-free Christmas. How's that? And if you follow my Christmas in July video, you will have bought all your Christmas presents long before Christmas, so the $1,000 will still be there. And because it's on automatic, it'll still accumulate. And if you don't have any emergencies, you have $2,000 next December. Because it's on automatic, it's going to keep taking money out every payday. It's going to keep taking $45 every payday. Now, let's say you want to save a little bit more. You want to save, as this slide says, you want to save $1 every week. You want to save $1 the first week of the year, $2 the second week. So every week you're adding $1. So by the 52nd week in a year, you're saving $52 that week. This money challenge adds up to $1,378. Again, this is one of those manual challenges That sounds really nice in the beginning because last week I saved $1 and this week I saved $2. Hey, that's great. I saved $3. And next week I saved $3, so I have $6. And the week after I saved $4, so I have $10. It sounds good until you get to like April, you know, and I just lost track. I lost interest, whatever. The manual method, it gets cumbersome. But because I have the image, I put the manual over here. So let's talk about the manual. You have the image. So you add the savings amount listed for your pay period. So if you get paid every 2 weeks, week 1 and week 2, you would put the $1 plus the $2. You will put $3 in your savings account. So you get paid at the end of week 4. So you put the $3 plus the $4 is $7. You'd add $7 to your savings account that week, and so on. So every 2 weeks, you would add up the 2-week total and you would put that amount in your savings account. And you would manually do that all year long. Quite cumbersome. So I did the math for you for the automatic. So if you want to save $1,378, I took the total, $1,378. I divided it by 22, and it was $62 and some change. And you go into your online savings account, you pull up the calendar, you choose your payday, and you set a transfer every payday of $62. And at the end of the year, 22 transfers of $62 is the $1,378. But there's actually more than 22 paychecks, so you're going to have a little bit more. Automatic, and it's done. Automatic, and it's done. So I told you I had 3 slides. So guess what the next one is? 2020. Let's take a look. Saving 2020 in 2020. Here it is. I like this one because it's the same amount. I love it. I don't have to do a manual on this one. Well, it's $1 more in the last, well, 50 cents more in the last week, but who's counting? You won't be mad at me if you got a little bit more. So to save 2020 this year, you got the image. Schedule an automatic transfer. If you get paid every other week, schedule an automatic transfer. We add the 2 weeks together, $77, and I did the math wrong. I did the math right. I typed it wrong. My phone's not working, so I can do the math real quick on my calculator. So let me fix the typo. Calculator, 3884 times 2, $77.68. Okay, typo on the slides. Schedule an automatic transfer of $77.68. I was moving too fast when I typed the slides. Schedule an automatic transfer of $77.68 every payday. So if you get paid every other week, so that's week 1 and week 2 added together, that is the amount of your payday transfer. And that takes care of the 2-week time period. If you get paid every week, then you do it just as you see. If you get paid once a month, you're going to do 4 weeks so that you stay on the schedule. Okay? But as you can quickly see, the key to being successful with any one of these 3 savings challenges is automation. automation. You want to automate your savings tonight before you go to bed. Quick Google search, choose an online bank, open the account. It does not cost any money. It doesn't cost any money. Open the account and then set up the transfers. But Jennifer, I'm broke. I got your back. I got your back. You know I got your back. You know I got your back. And if you're saying, Jennifer, I'm broke, I don't have any of these amounts of money you're talking about, then you need to get in the spending plan group coaching. You need to get in that. Okay. Leveraging online savings accounts. First of all, they usually have a higher interest rate than your regular banks for a lot of different reasons. Read an article on them. I'm not going to go into it. Your money grows because you don't touch it. You don't touch it. And most of the time you forget about it, which is even better because it grows longer. You can have multiple accounts. So you open that one account and then under it, you can have multiple accounts, like little sub accounts, and you can set up transfers on payday into these multiple accounts. So like the $77, if you're doing a 2020, you can break that up and put $10 in 7 different accounts. So maybe you want to save, split the money up and put some in a Christmas account. Now is a great time to start putting money aside if you've got kids for summer camp. Maybe you got kids that are in dance and football and all these extracurricular activities, and those cost money, karate and art and music lessons. Now is a great time to plan for a summer vacation. Put the money aside for the trip down payment. Let me digress and tell you about spending money. You're spending money for your summer vacation. At the end of every day, come home and take the loose change and the $1 bills out of your pocket and put them in something, a jar, a drawer, or something, and let that accumulate and be your spending money. If you really want to go all out, take the $5 bills as well. Or maybe once a week, take the $5 bills. That's also a great way to have pizza night. Use one of these savings accounts for car maintenance, for home maintenance. I always tell you, if you have a car, tires are not an emergency. They're maintenance. These online accounts are great for irregular bills. I pay my car insurance twice a year. When I lived in Pennsylvania, I paid it once a year because that's what they let you do. In Maryland, they don't let you pay it once a year. They let you pay it twice a year. Most people pay it monthly, and there's an extra fee when you pay it monthly. So I pay it twice a year. There's no fee for breaking it up. So when you have irregular bills, like my water bill comes quarterly, my sewer bill comes quarterly, irregular bills like that, this online account is a great way to have that money start to accumulate. So when those irregular bills come in, you have the money. As I say, it's not in your budget, it's in the bank. Okay, because I have one named House Cleaner. So I put in $10 or $20 every month so that quarterly I can get my house cleaned. And I say I'm supporting a small business, but really I just like to have my house cleaned. And I don't have a budget line for a house cleaner. It's in the bank. It's in one of my savings accounts. Okay. And yes, you can access your money. It takes 3 business days. At least my bank does. my online savings account. It takes 3 business days. So when I did have a blowout on I-95 and I did need a tire, you put the tire on a credit card, go to the online bank and request a transfer, and you pay the credit card right off. So when the bill comes, you see the charge for the credit card, and right behind it, you see the payment. So there's no interest. There's no interest. The charge and the payment, they hit together. So you can access your money. It takes 3 days. So, immediate goal. You want to save $2,000 for unexpected expenses. The majority of people can't put their hands on $400 cash in an emergency. You want to have $2,000 at all times that you can put your hands on. And that is not Macy's money. That is not Macy's money. So let's get growing. Let's get growing. But where's the money going to come from? Let's look and see. Because we're going to stuff the pig. All right. If you've been hanging around me for a while, you've seen this slide before. This is where one of the places where the money comes from. This is the easy place. Coffee. I don't drink coffee, but a lot of people do. If you are a coffee drinker or tea or whatever, if you buy that beverage in the morning, this is just a work day. Only going to work until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you have that morning beverage, $2 in the morning, that's between the $1 cup at McDonald's or Wawa, 7-Eleven, and the $5 cup at Starbucks, hanging out in between. The $2 beverage, 5 days a week, is $10. 4 weeks in the month is $40. That's $500 a year. But that's $10 a week. Right there is $40 a month. You buy a breakfast sandwich every day for $4. 5 days a week is $20. 4 weeks in a month, it's $80 a month, almost $1,000 a year. The beverage and the sandwich in the morning before you get to work is $1,500 a year. We haven't even clocked in. Lunchtime, eating out, $8, that's cheap. 5 days a week is $40 a week. 4 weeks in the month is $160. Cost that out for the year is almost $2,000 a year eating out. Around 2 o'clock, the blood sugar starts to drop. You hit the vending machine, you get a snack and something to drink. $2 on a snack, $1.50 on the drink, $3.50 a day, $17.50 a week is about $70 a month, $800 a year. I'm gonna leave cigarettes out of this conversation for today. When you add it all up, the bottom right-hand corner, $6,216. Subtract out the cigarettes is $4,000 a year. Just on food during the workday, Monday through Friday, before 3 o'clock. Just on food, Monday through Friday, before 3 o'clock. This is not nights or weekends. This is not eating out. This is not going to the movies. This is nothing else. Think about your spending. I suggest you start tracking your spending in a little notebook. And I don't have one. I'm sitting at the kitchen island. I don't have one handy. So I want to go back and revisit our 3 challenges. Think about the last slide and your own spending. So when you look at a $2 cup of coffee every day being $10 a week or $40 a month, and saving $1,000 is $22.50 per week, and a cup of coffee is $10 per week, can you see a way that you can tweak some things to put money towards the $22.50 a week? When you go down to the bottom and you see that the 2020 and in the year 2020 is $39 a week, but lunch every day is $40 a week. Can you see where tweaking some things can help you get to the $40 a week? This is why I'm starting the year with the 4-week group coaching on planning your spending, which is also budgeting. But budgeting is not a good word for what it really is. Planning your spending is more realistic. The more you plan how you spend your money, the more money that you have. The more you plan how you spend your money, whether you do the group coaching or not, the more you plan how you spend your money, the more money you have. This is just a prime example. This is a prime example. So start your planning and do it in writing. Go back, go over to YouTube and look at last week's session. I'm going to put tonight on YouTube. Go back and look at tonight. Sign up for the group coaching. It's 4 weeks. It's going to be live. We're going to talk about several ways to create a spending plan. You're going to choose one and start to use it. We're going to talk about goal setting. I touched on it last week. We're going to go deep with it. You're going to learn what your net worth is. We're going to talk about tips and tricks for creating extra cash. Effortless ways to increase your savings. Okay? 4 weeks is going to be live on Thursday nights after this call. It's going to start at 8 p.m. after this call on Thursday nights for 4 weeks. Okay? Go to, here's the link, plannedspending.gr8.com, plannedspending.gr8.com. It's called the power of planning your spending. There is power in it. We are developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. It doesn't just happen. Being debt-free is not going to fall in your lap. It takes a plan. I had the wrong date earlier. Thursday, January 23rd at 8 p.m. The sessions will be recorded. You will have full access. The investment is only $197. You're investing in yourself. You are investing in yourself. As a bonus, you will get a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call with me. whatever questions you want to ask. And the course is limited to 15 people because I've got to make room in my schedule to talk to each one of you. So there is not unlimited room because I've got to make room in my schedule for these one-on-one calls. And I'm not real good at time. So I'm not going to hang up on you at the stroke of 30 minutes. So I've got to make room in my schedule for these 15 calls. So go grab your spot. PlannedSpending.gr8.com. So go grab your spot. Remember, I say this all the time, success does not come to you. You've got to go to it. If you want to become debt-free and you're serious about it, go to it. Go to it. That's all I have for today. I will see you next Thursday. I got a client call at 8:30, and then I'm going to the airport to feed the homeless. So if you're a night owl, I might be doing a Facebook Live around 11:30 because we got some hot meals we're taking over to the airport tonight to feed the homeless. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. Let me find the chat. Any questions in the chat? I'm going to stop the recording